Hey guys, this is Coach Carly, and you're watching Bulltime.
All right, well, welcome back. It is March. I'm still recording it not in March, but it is March 23 Bull Time. As you can tell, I don't feel great, so I apologize. I am sponsored by Essentia today, not Red Bull. I'm actually not sponsored, but I am drinking out of their water today. So, we had 3 events, all national level events today, this month. So it was the Arnold, we had military nats, and then we had high school nationals, which is super dope. It was a kind of an easier month, but like not at the same time. I mean, this is kind of peak season, busy season for me. It's one of those periods of time where usually February all the way to end of April is usually considered busy time for me. We have 2 of our own events that we're doing. We have, Mayhem, and then we have Gotham, and then we have a bunch of in-between national level events. So we had the Arnold, we had military nats, we had high school nationals, we got collegiate nats coming up. So it's a spurt usually every single year that USA Powerlifting kind of does that. So not much to report from the gym. As you can tell, we have some meat shirts over here. We are running the Gotham meet tomorrow, so we got set up. Mr. Child was here, so we figured that we kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So it wasn't anything too crazy. So fun fact, we had technically only 5 athletes compete, but 6 different occasions. So Amanda was our first athlete that competed at the Arnold, the only athlete that competed at the Arnold, and she did bench only, which was kind of weird for me because this is the first time that I've actually only had 1 athlete go, and the only other time that 1 athlete has gone, they did a full power, and then now she did bench only twice. So it was awesome. It was actually super low-key. It was awesome. I mean, as most people know, masters lifters just, it's a cool little hangout in the warm-up room. It's fun. But for Amanda, this was a super big deal. We set 3 American records. We hit, on her second attempt, we hit an official American record in her age group and weight class in the M1s. And then we had, that wasn't a PR, but then we chipped her PR by hitting 143 on her third on Friday's session. And then we were just like, hey, let's kind of go for gold and let's see what we can do. And we tried to do it again, and we did. And look at that. We chipped her PR by 0.5 kilo each time, but set the official American record because when she hit 142.5 was in a local meet, so you can't necessarily set those American records there. But holy shit, 6 for 6. The 3 American records. I mean, how the fuck can I complain? I mean, that was fucking awesome. So that was, again, like a very awesome Arnold experience, but it also just usually it's like a hectic weekend like Nationals is, and you're just going Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This was just so low key. It was awesome, but also really intense when it had to be. So then we had no weekends off, and we got to go to military nationals up in the middle of fucking nowhere, Killeen, Texas. I remember listening to a Juggernaut video. When was it? I think it was the summer of 2017, because that's when Worlds was there, after they competed in Georgia at Nationals in October of 2016. And then they went to Worlds in June of 2017. It was in Killeen, Texas. And I remember Chad talking about the traveling to get there. Again, it is literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. It is just military town, nowhere to fucking go. Trevor did awesome. So let me preface this with saying that Killeen's not really your Texas destination, but there's so many little spots in Texas that you're just like, how the hell do these places exist? You hear Dallas, you hear Boston, Houston, San Antonio, but you don't hear it Colleen, right? You're just like, fuck. Like, it's just nowhere. And it has an airport, and it has 3 fucking gates in it with 1 bag terminal. It's fucking crazy. But Trevor had an awesome meet, only missing his last squat at 500, but still ended up 8 for 9 with a 15 kilo total PR. I mean, his training was pretty awesome. I mean, ever since he did the meet, he said, oh, I want to travel for a meet. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, like, you don't have to. I mean, when you lift here at Mustache, you kind of have your pick of the litter of kind of doing meets. We run a bunch. Rochester runs one, so there's definitely meets around, but I think he wanted to get that experience, you know. And yeah, I mean, getting some national level experience is always good too. And he did awesome. I mean, training went really, really, really solid. He had a mini hiccup with his back when we're talking about hitting those his last squat. So shit happens, but he came back and hit more than he ever had. And even in training on the deadlift, smoked his best ever in bench, and then not matched. He hit a little bit less, but hit a mini total squat PR from what he did the last time. So it was a 2.5 kilo chip there. So yeah, awesome for him. I think he's signed up for regionals coming up in July or June. I think it's July. So I'm excited to see what he brings. Lastly, we had 3 of our own lifters competing at high school nationals. I think that's where I got this sickness, you know, being around a bunch of kids, 14, 15-year-olds mostly. Yeah, they're German-infested kids. The teachers get it, you know. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, they did awesome. I mean, first up, we had Bradley Kozlow that competed on Thursday in the 75 JV class, which is freshmen and sophomores, and Bradley fucking killed it. He could have done way better. He didn't miss any lifts on strength. He missed them all on technicalities. His last squat, he missed on up and down motion. His first and his third bench, he rushed the press command, and then he hit all his deadlifts, and he still ended up with a 7.5 kilo total PR and placed third. I told Bradley, I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, you go 6 for 9, and all of a sudden you can still hit and get, third place at Nats and a 7.5 kilo total PR. Mind you, this kid also weighed in 6 kilos lighter than he ever has in any competition. He usually weighs in at 74. He weighed in at 68 kilos. He almost was in the next fucking weight class. Crazy. And yeah, we had a serious conversation about making sure he maintained some weight. But I mean, super awesome day. Great training. It's hard to be super picky about that, right? Like, how can I be super picky about the fact that he did as well as he did, weighing in as light as he did? Like, it's hard to be hypercritical of something like that. So I'm really, really, really happy about his end performance and how much he actually came through. I mean, his last deadlift looked like an in-between second and third, probably had a good another 10 kilos if he needed it, which is fucking awesome. Lastly, we had Eston won and Kagan Smith. Eston competed in the JV 82.5 class, and then Kagan competed in the 100 JV class. We'll start with Eston. It was interesting. Eston is someone who comes in just on our sessions twice a week. Squats once a week, benches twice a week, deadlifts once a week, and things just keep going up. It's kind of wild. Kids are so moldable and so adaptable, and the fact that we can do minimal work and still keep getting stronger and things look easier is just insane to me. Unconventional for sure. Like, it's not something that I expected. I was talking to Eston's mom, and we discussed that. We were like, I don't know what's going to happen. It may go well, it may not. I mean, at what point, doing minimal work will get you the end result? And clearly it keeps happening, and we're figuring out ways to keep that engagement high and get that other day in, at least one more day, right? How can I complain? We placed 5th out of 7 and had a 5 kilo total PR. Could have had more. We lost our last deadlift based on soft knees. We went 8 for 9, and hey, things happen. So it is what it is. But yeah, another huge momentum build there. We placed 5th out of 7th. Lastly, we had Mr. Kagan Smith. Oh man, this kid, whew. We have been through quite a bit, Mr. Kagan and I. We have added, since he has started, 225 kilos onto his total, which is just insane. And that's with missing a squat and, missing his last deadlift, and still added 225 kilos to his total since we have started. He's awesome. Kagan's just a great kid. Something I told Jen and Jamie when we were back there, he's just a good kid. Like regardless of how strong he is, or regardless of how well he does in the meet, he's a good person, and that to me is more important than anything else that we could have or can do. This kid, goes out of his way to pump other people up, loads other people's bars, checks in on everyone. The kid, he's 15 years old, and he's doing that, and just being a really good person. And that's something I notice, right? Like, he's not always paying attention to if I'm paying attention to him, and I'm seeing him go to his other lifting buddies and saying, great job. In the gym, he's loading other people's bars, taking off people's bars. I mean, that's so much more than what he does in a meet, and it's just fucking awesome. But he still did 30 kilos better than the last time he's ever competed, and went 7 for 9. So he told me, he's like, Mr. Carly, if I have a chance at 400, I'm gonna take off my shirt to deadlift. And I was like, all right, bud, go for it. And I was like, and then I could see him, this fucking steam is just coming right out of his ears. He's seeing red. Like, he's a bull. That bar is a red old blanket, and it's trying to move, and he is just ready to go. And I think he was so amped up and jacked up that he was like, all right, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna fucking crush it. And he gets over there, and the bar kind of knocked the wind out of him as he lifted it, because I think it startled him that he was so amped up, and he's never been in that place, that he forgot to brace, and it just like jacked up, so the bar moved like an inch, and then he like fell forward and the bar went down. I apologize. But it was, and he just like kind of looks at me, shrugs his shoulders, like, well, that sucked. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, how can I complain? You had a great day. You gave yourself a shot here. I mean, hell yeah. He'll get it at some point. It's soon, very soon. His 167.5 moved better than it ever has, and that was already a 7.5 kilo PR. So, yeah, that concludes everything. As you can see, we're already set up for Gotham tomorrow, which is our first meet for April, and then we got 2 more after that, 1 more national level meet, and then you will probably not see me for a while, because I only got 1 meet in May, and then I only got 1 meet in June, and 2 meets in July. It's great. So we'll see you soon, and catch you later.